What's going on, y'all? Masterpiece, back at it again. And it's it's been on my mind for a couple days now. Gotta put out the live stream. Gotta put out the next live stream about solutions for a better world, a better place, a better experience. All right, it's all about experience. I was talking to somebody about the all and the creator and God and all that, and the point was brought up. If God exists and made everything, why would he allow evil to pervade our lives, and why would he create something that could be evil? And I said that all is the same in the eyes of the all, and it's all about personal experience. What kind of experience you're going to be dealing with in your next lifetime, in your next form. So, like I said, it's all about experience, and we want a happy experience. I mean, don't we? I mean, we're good people. You know what I'm saying? We work, we care about others. We have all these fears that are not relevant. You know what I mean? Taxes and people taking our houses, banks, the concept of banks and inflatable money, all this fear, all this scarcity. Well, that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing these broadcasts because there's got to be a point where we liberate ourselves. We can't be doing this year after year, decade after decade, millennia after millennia. So, for everybody out there, I'm calling all y'all because it's a group effort to have real freedom. Man, it's a trip because once you get into this whole conspiracy theory paradigm, questioning the government and questioning what you've been given, you start knowing certain people, Alex Collier, David Icke, and this person, Project Camelot, and all these spirit science, all these people that are you're on your path to awakening. So it's like the people that awakened you might not even agree with them anymore. You might have left them behind. But you know what? We're all on our journey, so we can't. So those people are there for a reason. Even though, like, for example, Alex Jones, we know that he's an agent, but for the people that really just believe the media and everything that's said, Alex Jones is a good tool for some. For others, it's Michael Tessarion. For others, it's Phil Valentine. But what I'm really not seeing anymore is solutions. I mean, goddamn, it's like I was watching TED Talks, okay, and I left a comment and I said, Ted, is doing too much talking. It's time for Ted to start walking. We got inventions by teenagers of how to clean up the ocean. And where is it? I mean, he made a working test model. He showed how much garbage he collected from the sea. Where is that? Why isn't it in every port and bay? We hear of technology of houses being built in one day with a huge kind of like a 3D printer. Where is that? Where is the electric car that they buried? You could see that documentary, Who Killed the Electric Car. Where is that? Okay, you go through these channels and these books and these movies and trying to awaken yourself, but it really doesn't mean anything unless we actually do something about it. Like a wife that's scared to leave her husband because he's beating her. You think about it and you talk about it and you talk to your girlfriend about it, but until you do it, you're always gonna be victim. And until we do it, we're always going to be the blame. We can only blame ourselves. I mean, we talk about the system and liberating from it ourselves from it in one hand, and on the other hand, we sit back and we watch a show or a movie. Now, I'm not against watching shows if you're trying to decode it, but I mean, if you're like a show junkie, the Kardashians and Survivor and all that, it's really distracting and interrupting for your progression. So like, what are we really doing? Who's out there providing solutions? Everybody's talking about conspiracies. Everybody's talking about, this versus that. You know what I mean? A war type of mentality. But war is being placed on us. So if we react with war, it's only going to breed more war. We gotta take things that are totally unbreedable, like a bird and a dolphin. We gotta fight. We can't fight fire with fire. We gotta fight fire with ice and just snow their ass out. What we could do is we could start talking about, we can build a network, like a website. I've been trying to get somebody, 2 people are on the case, but if anybody can do it, help me out as well. I'm trying to get a website going where, we could track each other. And in a sense, man, now that I say that, it doesn't really sound that good of an idea, tracking each other. But what the idea I'm getting at is like kind of like a place where you can go into and see where everybody's at. You know what I'm saying? That's on your level, and that is, building technologies for this solar. We can go here to get solar. Here we can go to get cheap batteries, but good working batteries. Here we can go to get solar cooking technology. You know what I mean? Just we got to build and connect. In the comments you'll read a bunch of, oh, I have this business going and I have this, but we're not really connecting to utilize it and to really build against what's happening. So I'm here with solutions. I haven't checked the chat yet. My bad. What's going on to everybody? But I'm here with solutions because why? Because I want to see a different Earth. I want to see a different experience. I want our history to read different. I want to make a change in this lifetime. You know what I mean? That's why I went vegan as fast as I did. As soon as I found out about the torture, the slaughter, you know what I mean? Basically the things that many Black Africans can relate to. Many Chinese people can relate to. Many, Palestinians can relate to. Everybody can relate to a history of, oppression, and it doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's some worse than others. I don't want to get into measuring dicks right now. All I'm saying is that we can all agree that when we're holding a life captive, when we're preventing a life from being fully, even if you're in a relationship, okay, even if you're in a relationship and you're controlling, you got to stop that. So as soon as I found out that my dollar, my hard-earned money, was going to enslaving other beings, I've been on farms. I've touched cows' face before, and their tongues have licked me before. I've looked into their eyes before. I've been on chicken farms. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that they get afraid, they get curious, they get nervous. Obviously they repopulate, so they get horny. You know what I mean? They get defensive, territorial. So how am I to believe that they also don't wish to see tomorrow? If I'm walking up to an animal, right, and they run away, why are they afraid? If we were meant to control and have them at our own dispense, why would they run away? That obviously shows that they're protecting an ideal that they have, a tradition, a code, a value system. You know, they're afraid of losing something, that everyday experience. They're afraid of, you know, not going back to their nest. You know what I'm saying? So they have plans. Like, they don't just wake up every day like, oh, I'm an animal and I'm just gonna eat, I guess. No, like they got plans, you know, like choosing mates, reproductive, future. So once I found out that you know, my dollar was going to that, I had to pull it out, because I mean, my people, especially, it's such a recent history, you know, slavery. You know what I'm saying? I mean, brought here in chains and boats packed like sardines, you know, forced to work for nothing. Every invention that we made was taken by the master and patented by the master. So now it's like a smith's hammer and this axe and this, you know what I mean? It's you know, no slave master, no king or ruler is thinking about, how can I make the job easier for my workers? No, it's the people that are toiling the soil that are saying, oh man, like it would be so much easier if the handle was just built like this. You know, hey boss, master, you know, if you just tilt the handle, sir, I can dig a whole lot more. And then he's like, tilting the handle, huh? Take the patent, draw it up, file it. Now you just made the master even more rich. So when we participate in the system, when we buy the new Nikes, when we buy the new Jordans, when we, you know, buy the new car, you know what I mean? We are giving power to the system that we are struggling and dying to get away from. You know, and so, you know, I couldn't participate in that anymore, you know, hence I'm vegan. But also, you know, speaking of liberating, you know, ourselves from this beast, this system, this matrix, we need something that is going to sustain us. Okay, so let's talk money. Let's talk money. I hate money. I hate the concept of working for something that has no value and then using that to get something of value. Like, my work is value. My blood, sweat, and tears, your blood, sweat, and tears, people, is value. Your 9 to 5, that is value. That is gasoline for the system. When you participate in, you know, if you just get a job for a job, you know, I used to work in heavy machines, and we used to spend $10,000 a day on fuel, or the company. And, you know, black smoke through the air, tearing down trees, whatever. And I said, okay, I'm never going to work in this line again. And I pulled out my blood, sweat, and tears from it. So if my blood, sweat, and tears, my hard work is value, why am I working for something, a piece of paper that is actually dead? It's actually debt. The country's debt that you're accruing, that you're acquiring. And then you're giving that debt over for something of value, like food. But we're so lost in these TVs and the stress and whatever that we're not even seeing that the seeds from the fruits are slowly being GMO'd out. So it won't have any real value anymore. You see, they've deceived you into thinking that, they've deceived all of us into thinking that natural plants don't matter, GMOs don't matter. But if you can give me an apple and inside of it there's 6 more apple seeds, willing to give me 200 apples per tree every year, then that's value. That is residual value. That is long-term income. So when they give you the parsley and the roots are cut off at the stem, it's no more value. It's no more long-term value, no more residual value. If you buy it with the stem, with the roots on it, you can replant it and grow your own parsley. Then you won't have to go to the store. Man, it's so deep. I mean, let's talk money. Okay, money. Um, I hate it, but we need it. I mean, we should use it because without it, life is a lot harder. But a lot of us are always thinking, how, I need just a little bit more. If only I can have $500 more a month, $1,000 more a month, whatever. That is, I think that's something that we can all relate to. And so, how are we going to grow our wealth so that we can free ourselves? You know what I mean? Move away to a place where our dollars valued more, and help the communities, build up the communities. If you let me hold on. Side? Um, Hold on, y'all. Let me just put something together. Okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just grabbing my paints real quick. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Back. It was good. All right. Speak to me, y'all. Don't be afraid to speak to me. What's going on out there in the chat? Okay. Say we are blue. We represent blue. Shit. Okay, say we represent blue. First world nation, right? Quote unquote. And say the third world represents the red, all right? Got some bright red here, acrylic. And say this is the third world, all right? Now, obviously, the third world, proportionately, is much greater. Okay. You have the first world, America, Canada, England. And you have third world, Jamaica, Malawi, Tanzania. Lots of stress, little stress. Lots of jungle and fruits and vegetables and sun. Little of all that. Lots of imports, lots of exports. Oddly. But say you have a couple hundred first world citizens, people of value, commercial lawyers, pro farmers, investors, money lenders, you know what I mean? Like group therapists, you know what I mean? Like kind of like a group a consultationist or something, right? You have all these influential people, all these, people that can really make a change in when it comes to legislation and economy, not just your average person, but I do recommend the average person to go. When we go back and we integrate, then the status of the third world, it can't remain third world for long if we're smart with our money, guys. It has to move up in status to at least second world. Okay, why is this? Because more money will be going through their banks. When more money goes through a nation's bank, they can lend out more money. That is a whole scam behind banks. But then investors start looking. Technology comes because of higher standards of living. You know what I mean? We go to these places and we say, this is not tap water. Are you kidding me? No. Put in 3 times the amount of filtration, and I'm not drinking from this. And it's sad because we only care once we're there. You know what I'm saying? We don't care if the house is burning as long as it's not ours, right? And that's something that we really have to break free of. We have to get the compassion back, people. Okay? And you're gonna find a lot of compassion in third world countries. So we gotta make that trip, all of us. Whoever you are, wherever you feel like you resonate to outside of the first world and the second world, maybe the second world, but go there and make a difference amongst those people. You know what I mean? Because these people, although they have very little hope left and little reason to really believe in themselves, they are happy on a day-to-day basis, and they are very family connected. So first world, lots of stress, lots of imports, lots of GMO foods, lots of politics, lots of entertainment politics. You know what I mean? Donald Trump versus this and all that crap, all this reality TV crap. And here, you have a lot more nature, a lot more peace, a lot more quiet, a lot more sense of community. So once key players from here and your average really big-hearted influential person, once we start moving over, that's when we start spreading the wealth. That's when more money transfers are being made through the hands of farmers, of truckers and grocery store clerks and all that. All areas of life improve once we go there. That's why tourism is dependent on. Now imagine if instead of going to these places for tours and spending your money in one go, like $2,000, whatever. Imagine going there, living there, starting a business, and for the next 40, 50 years, plus with the addition of your children and their grandchildren, all having their businesses and all shopping, buying their toothpaste, their toothbrushes, their food every day, all buying from these third world countries. Do you know how fast we could see a huge change? That's a very viable solution that I think that you guys can really get behind. Who wants to be here? It's cold half the year. That means that your pear tree is half the size that it could be. It's a trip. When you go into countries that have the sun all year round, like hot, like at the equator, you'll see trees that are huge, and you'll say, "Whoa, is that like 200 years old?" They're like, "No, I planted that like 18 years ago." I'm like, "What?" That's like full maturity, because it doesn't have that break of the winter, that cold spell. We get depressed, we get down on ourselves in the winter. Well, in other places of the world, yeah, they might have a lot less money, but you know what? They're happy all year. Imagine that, all year happy. Yeah, there's things in the way, people die, there's setbacks, but for the most part, on a general consensus, happy. So what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna sit behind our computers and log on to these live streams about whatever? Or are we gonna actually plan to make a change? I'm planning to make a change, and I hope you guys are with me on that, because quite frankly, where's the passion? I'm tired as fuck. What up, Phoenix Barz? I'm just tired as fuck right now, man. I had so much work to do today. My daughter was up and down. It's late, but I had to come with a live stream. But you're right, though. I am passionate about this, and I am mellow about it. because what am I gonna do? What are we gonna start a war? Raise up arms and say, give us real Earth pictures. Come on, man. I mean, really, what I would have liked is for people to come on the chat and start collaborating and putting in, solutions. Like, for example, I talk about the stock market, and I always say how you should go to your bank, open up a direct investing account, and invest in hemp and cannabis. Because, look, whether we like it or not, whether you agree with pot or not, it is going to be in medicine. It is going to be used worldwide in medicine. Canada, once it legalizes in 2018, do you know how big that's going to be? Like a $1,000 investment can possibly grow to a $10,000 return, and you can keep on reinvesting and reinvesting. That's huge. Now, I'm not saying that money solves your problems, but money can give you what you need to set yourself up to invest in solar, to get solar panels going, to get clean water coming into your house, good foods coming to your own little garden, whatever you need, an acreage in somewhere in a nice piece of land that's hot, somewhere in Jamaica, whatever. Okay, all the pro investors are talking about cannabis, and I think that it's time for the word to trickle down into the community so that we can put our money into something better than J's, better than freaking like theater movies with popcorn and baseball and basketball games and paying pay-per-view for watching men wearing next to nothing fight each other. I just can't really believe that, in the struggle of a lifetime, we're just letting our money go. With Canada, y'all, Canada is so big. It's 3 times the size of America. America's 25 states already legalized it. I think it's 28 states already legalized it and decriminalized it. There'll be more to go by the end of this year. Canada hasn't even legalized it yet. Do you know what that means? That means that all the acres, all the flat plains from Manitoba out to BC, that's all going to be farmable land for hemp. Did you know that you could crop hemp 3 to 4 times a year, depending on what you want to grow it for? That's a huge turnover. That's great for the soil. That's great for the profits. That's great for the industry. That's great for keeping medicine stable. The dispensaries fill. And you're telling me that you're not going to get in on this? Look, a registered stock is typically trading at right now, I would say $3 to $5. Some of the best ones are trading right now at $2. Some of them at $8. But realize that once this industry is legalized, this shit is going to turn into a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's like getting into Microsoft before anybody thought computers were going to be anything. Imagine iPhones were illegal, yet there was stocks before they were made legal. Do you understand that there's stocks for something in a country that's not even legal yet? Like, it's against the law to like have or sell or whatever marijuana across Canada. It's illegal. But in 2018, it will be legal. So there's companies right now that have their little bases, their foundation set up so that when it is legal, they're just going to be reaping all the cash. They're in all the hot spots already. They're already got their foot in the door. And do you know who's gonna reap the benefits the most? Is the people that already have millions. People that already have millions in stock are going to be investing in cannabis stock, and what is that gonna do? That is only gonna make the rich richer. That is only gonna make the selfish wealthy even more wealthy and more selfish. Trust me. Do you think that all these rich reality TV stars that you watch and whatever, do you think that they're not in the know about how big cannabis is going to be? Everybody, every investor, every day trader knows how big it's going to be. Just listen to the podcast. Listen, go subscribe to a Bloomberg News or something, and you'll see every day, pot is in the news. Someone's expanded, someone's claimed territory, someone's done something, and their stock jumps up a bit. Now, if you had some money in there, you could log onto your bank account and see the daily fluctuations of the stock. And after 2008, I shit you not, people, and this isn't insider trading. This is just my own personal opinion. I personally feel that with the legalization of marijuana in Canada, one of the biggest countries in the world, and with the fact that pot is in our culture, I mean, like we love pot up here. Do you not think that there's going to be overnight millionaires? I know for a fact that there will be $2 pot companies that are going to go to $100 pot companies, per share, and that's gonna add mad zeros to the bank account. So I don't there's already people messaging me and emailing me about, yo, how do I do this? How do I do that? What's good and what's not? What do you think? What do you look for? And I'm not a professional, so I can't give them all these tips or whatever, but I can get you started. I can get you off your butt, light a fire under you, and say, yo, you have to make your money work for yourself sometime. You have to have residual income. I saw a guy driving a Bentley. I said, how'd you get that? He said, all the wealthy people in the world do two things: real estate and stocks. I said, all right, I'm done. I jumped into the stock game. I went into my bank. I said, I want to open a direct investing account. I don't want to pay nobody. It's just me. I do my own research, listen to podcasts, blah, blah, blah. Do research on the CEOs and whatever. And then I make my decision. Everything is going up and down right now. But when the legalization happens, y'all, in 2018, woo, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be off the hook because it's gonna be in medicine. It's gonna be in the grocery stores. Hemp oil, little tools and products on the side, little doodads. It's gonna be everywhere. And how do we find Rye Trilla? How do we find them? Well, I'll tell you. You go into your bank, like I was saying. You go into your bank, direct investment account. You open that up. It'll give you a registered one. Also, ask for a non-registered account. Once you have those two things, you can trade registered and non-registered stock. Go home, type in cannabis stocks. You're gonna see lists: top 20 hottest cannabis stocks, top 5. Don't trust them all. Don't copy and paste. This is not something that you want to treat like flat earth, where you just kind of look at it from afar and make your decision. No, you want to investigate. And I'm not saying it's hard work. It's not hard work. You type in, for example, okay, here's an example. ACB, Aurora Cannabis. That's a Canadian company. It's currently trading at around $2.50 a share. They're expanding. Every other month you hear something, they're in the news for expansion. ACB, okay, it's Canadian. So look it up on the Canadian market. It trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TSX. Now, when you go into Aurora Cannabis, go look at the CEOs, go look at their model, go look at their mission statement, go look at their financials, look at their financial report. Now, Aurora Cannabis is something that you have to be less wary about because it's so such a for sure thing. It's like they're like the second, if not the biggest, distributor of like medical marijuana currently. So once it's legal, all these investors will be pouring in. You're gonna see other symbols attached like WEED. Go look up that stock. Go look at Grow. Go look at, almost every sector is going to be affected by this, you guys. The CEO of Miracle Grow said that the Canadian legalization of cannabis is going to be the biggest thing to hit home and garden supply tools ever. You know what I mean? Like little fertilizer sprays, grow lights, those fertilizer moisture worms, um, fertilizer mixes specifically for this and that. It's going to be insane. I mean, hempcrete is going to explode, making concrete out of hemp. Um, fabrics, bumpers for cars. Everything is going to increase. All right. So, man, I really, really hope that you guys do this, because the more people that invest in a company, the more money that they have to grow. And the more money that they have to grow, the more investors that they get, giving them more money to grow. And so when you get a company that's so solid like ACB or Aurora Cannabis, ACB, when you get something that's so solid like that, or Canopy Growth even, that's currently trading at just above $8 a share, you're really guaranteed to see a large return. And what can we do with that? Well, it's endless. We can put ourselves in a situation where we don't have to take answers from anybody, where we can build communities of our own, when we can have land masses of our own to make our own laws on, founded not upon capitalism and gain, but upon community. You know what I mean? Truth. You know what I mean? No harm. You know, but first it takes unity. It takes uniting. It takes masses. And as a mass, we're stuck, y'all. It's like some people are so concerned with this. Like, for example, like with the flat earth stuff. I ride with the flat earth, but every video is not about it. It's important. Yeah, it's important. I get that. No, it is extremely important. But what I was saying is that there's people that are focused on the flat earth, and people are focusing on wrestling, and then people are focusing on football, and then people are, you know what I mean? There's so many different key entertaining tools to keep our attention fixed that it's hard to come together on one topic, on one category, on one basis, and be like, yo, I have this in common with you, let's build from here. But what we do have in common, which what we don't, is we all breathe. We don't recognize that we all have a mind, we all have hearts. You know what I mean? We all have a capacity to feel pain and joy. And I just don't understand, in a place that is just filled with so much toil, so much turmoil, how one can spend their time investigating anything else but the liberation of oneself. I mean, how are you going to get up? How are you going to change your life? How are you going to change your loved one's life? You know, when it comes to changing my loved ones' lives, shit, you should have seen it. I was almost kicked out a bunch of times of my house because I would I would take the bleach, I would throw it away. I would take the Clorox and throw it away. I would take the milk, anything that had milk in it, I would throw it away. And then my mom and dad would say, well, it's a waste of money. But I said, nah, you're wasting your money, because you know that when it comes home, I'm going to do this. And B, what good is money if you can't spend it? If you don't have the health to actually spend the money and reap the benefits of the money that you're working so hard for. You're telling me that you're working a hard job, 9 to 5 every day, pulling overtime for bullshit pennies, taxes left, right, and center, everything going up in price. And then you're saying that it's too expensive to throw away all the mayo. I might as well just eat all the mayo and finish it. No, you don't have the time to just let it out of your life. You have to make that change, and it has to be today. It has to be today. You have to instantly change. You can't be like, okay, well, next week I think I'll go easier on this and that. It's like, no, look at yourself in the mirror tonight and say, who am I? What are you doing? Talk to yourself. Do you talk to yourself in the mirror, y'all? It's a really good tool. Next time you're in front of your mirror, look in the mirror. Look at the person staring back at you as if they're a friend. as if it's not you, and talk to them and say, hey, how are you doing? It's been a while. And then reply to that person as if you were just being asked that. So, hey, it's been a while. And then you would say to yourself again, yeah, I know you don't talk to me much anymore. And then you would say, yeah, I know things are getting, you know what, there's no excuse. I know I've been neglecting you. And I say, sorry, don't even worry about it. It's like, you've been busy with all this stuff, and then you start to open up, and it's a whole other sense of interaction with yourself. I'll do a video on that. I'll post up a video. I'll make a video of what I do in front of the mirror. But it's a really good way to reflect and to see your own emotions. It's a really good way to see how you really feel about things. And man, you can really bring up stuff from the past that you even forgot about, and it comes out of you. But look at that person that's looking back at you, and see the pain that's inside. You know what I mean? And realize that that's like everybody else, whether they realize it or not. Whether it's the person sitting on the bus every day, going to their bullshit job, so tired, can't even keep his eyes open for the bus ride, letting life pass by, or whether it's the old granny who has nothing to do better with her days than knit, hoping that her grandson will call her or whatever. We all have pain, and it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to be believing what NASA says every time they put out a video. We don't have to be believing that there's a war, really going on in a place just because you saw a bomb going on. Okay, and it's just such a shame, because I really feel like I'm talking to the choir here. You know what I mean? I'm preaching to the choir. Like, you guys all know this, but what are we gonna do? I mean, like, there's masses sleeping out there right now, and I mean, what are we really gonna do? Just gently talk to them, or are we gonna give them a shake? The harder, the deeper somebody's sleeping, the harder you have to shake them to wake them up. The louder the alarm has to be. And that's why we got to go hard with this truth movement. We can't let anybody infiltrate it, because, man, I mean, from the conscious community to the UFO community, there's just infiltrators, and they're supplanted there to keep us always going in the wrong direction, always looking left when it's happening right, thinking it's about black and white when it's really about have and have-nots, information and non-information. Who has it? Who doesn't? I'm tired of that. I'm tired of living in a place that has so much opportunity, so much of an ability to make worldwide revolutionary changes. Canada and America, England, these places, they have the money, they have the healthy people, full of hope and ambition and vigor, and greed in their eyes to want, you know what I mean? So much ambition to have, and we're wasting these people in our own lands. As I say, stagnation is death. And we're just sitting here generation after generation as property taxes raise. Now we're around in the neighborhoods, you can't get a house for under $1 million. What? How are my kids going to afford a house for $1.5 million? When the number of graduates are increasing every year and the number of jobs are decreasing every year. Do you see that? Do you see that? The number of graduates per year increasing. The number of jobs decreasing. How do you not see that there's disaster ahead? And I get a lot of love for the message, but I got a lot of emails as well, but we really gotta put this plan into gear. Guys, it's like having a child. There is no right time. Every time is the right time. There is no wrong time to do the right thing. Anytime you want to say, I gotta get up and leave. I gotta get out of this belly of this beast, this first world country. I gotta get out of this hellhole, this rat race. That is the time to go. I know. But you have this and this and this. I know. You can't just get up and go. I get it. But you know what? You can. And you will still be breathing air. You will still be drinking water. If you're more conservative and cautious, yeah, you can get some affairs in order. But in my opinion, go sooner than later. Get up. Ask yourself, where do you want to be? Where do you want to spend your days? Where do you want to wake up? Where do you want to go to bed? What temperature do you want it to be when you go to bed? What kind of birds are around you? Where do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to have? What kind of life do you want to lead? Do you want one that's full of experience and new things, rock climbing and hiking and helping communities out? Or do you just want to stay behind a computer screen at a desk job, paying taxes, being a puppet, being another cog in the wheel? Or do you want to make a change? Not just in your life, but in everybody's lives. And I want to make a change in everybody's lives. And it's so sad that you have all these fucking scammers that are taking money from the people saying, yo, give me this money and we gonna build schools. Give me this money and we gonna do this. I'm gonna get you a house and you go do that. Just fucking the people over in the long run. Completely leaving them out to dry. And you wonder why people have trust issues. And then you have a person like me comes along, Masterpiece, who's a little person, just a little dude. But I have such a big heart where I wouldn't be able to spend the people's money on luxury things. Man, you can look at my closet, you can look at my shoe collection, you can look at my jewel collection that I don't really, it's mostly crystals. I'm not down for that shit. I don't like that material shit. I'm not down for lots of bling. I know it's in my DNA. I know. But there's a time and a place for everything. Maybe when I'm living like a king, I'll start wearing the jewels like a king. You know, you have a lot of people out there, a lot of people in the conscious community. If you're not in touch with the conscious community, don't worry about it. But there's a lot of people in the black conscious community that are making fools out of black people. But, you know, rocking new chains, rocking new shades, and rocking all this new shit, and saying that it's pro-black, that it's African, that it's Pan-Africanism at work by buying new gold chains. Yeah, kings would have chains. Pharaohs were buried with huge plates and shit like that. But guess what? Last time I checked, we all pay taxes. Last time I checked, we all get lied to on a mass scale. Last time I checked, we hate the fact that our family members have to go to work. Last time I checked, we're eating GMO foods. So what the fuck are you doing buying a fucking gold chain for, and $300 fucking jeans and $200 fucking Air Jordans? A dude doesn't even like black people. A nigga that doesn't even like black people. Michael Jordan, cool. Why are we giving our money away to them? Why are we following these quote unquote leaders or conscious teachers that are blinged out to the max? That lets me know that there's somebody who could be eating in a third world country that's not, because you decided to buy a Bentley. Like Brother Polite? Ooh, shots fired. No, that's bullshit if you ask me. Brother Polite moving to Hollywood and labeling himself a celebrity. He's a celebrity now. Posing with so-and-so and such, while there is roads in third world countries that have yet to be built. There's potholes deeper than my freaking forearm, and you're buying Bentleys and Phantoms. You're talking about black power and love for your people. and waking up the masses, and you're buying new whips, you know, buying your daughter's cars and shit like that. What is that? That is that is a shame. That's a shame, and that's bitch shit if you ask me. Shopping, looking good, fresh gear. I don't need fresh gear to hey, look. If someone is following me because of the clothes that I wear, I don't want them to follow me. If someone's following me because my my work boots, my Tims are scuffed up and they look whack, or if my jeans aren't fresh, then I'm not popping. I'm not lit. So next channel, that is real bitch shit to me. That sounds like dick riding to me. And it sounds like girls going into magazines and say, oh my god, look how hot he is with his chain and his hat. Oh my god, I love the way he looks in this live stream. Get out of here with that. We if it's so funny. I always say those with the money don't know what to do with it. Those with no money know exactly what they would do with it. If I had the money, if I had $500,000, oh my god, oh my god, you don't even know. You don't even know what kind of changes I would make. What kind of changes would you make? What would you do with $500,000? Would you spend it on yourself? Would it be gone in a month or a year? What I would do is I would invest it, grow it, go to third world countries, and find the best way to distribute that wealth. You know, it's not always smart to just go give it away to people. You got to be strategic about this. And the more and more I think about this, the more and more I'm thinking that we have to take this underground, this battle underground again, because by sharing here these solutions, these ideas of solutions and whatnot, we're just kind of showing our hand. We're kind of showing the cards, you know what I'm saying, before they're laid out. So it's a real trip. It's like our backs are against the wall. What are we gonna do? We want to get the message out, but every time we do, we get hyped or hacked or sniped or whatever. So I mean, we got to take this underground again. We gotta come up with real solutions. We can't keep talking about it. And I don't want people to come to these pages like my page and just hear, oh, did you know that there's GMOs? Oh, did you know that you can sun gaze and it'll help you? Oh, did you know that amethyst crystals give you protection against this and that? Come on, cool. That's great. I get it. That's awesome. But how is that going to make a family structure stable in the long term? How is that going to provide them the tools that they need to give them the confidence to go against the government and what they say, the system, to not be a cog in the wheel, to trust in yourself again, to be able to say, you know what, Earth supports life, and as long as I'm on it, I will be supported. I don't have to live here because of this job and move here because of this job and commute 2 hours to get to work and barely see your family. That's what they're depending on. They're depending on us not being with our family, because they know that when you are in touch with your family and you're reflecting ideas with people that will love you through thick and thin, then you have something. And that's what we need. We need to start acting like a family, because if we can talk to each other with no ego, with no withdrawal, without holding anything in because of our insecurities, then we can really make a change. We have to start opening up. You know, if you have something to say about it, come out and say it. Talk about it. You know, if you believe that the earth is flat and you follow someone that doesn't believe it, open up your mouth. It doesn't matter if you get dissed on a chat. So what? He's going to say a few fucking words to you. Is that going to hurt you? Is that going to tear you down and stop you? Well, if it is, then I don't know if you deserve freedom. I think you really deserve to be a sheep. You know what I mean? You need confidence. You need confidence to say, hey, you know what? I'm being lied to, and I am not taking it anymore. And I don't care how I sound to people, because you know what? I'm woke and they're asleep. So when people put out videos about, you know, how stupid flat earthers are, or about how I don't know, about how space is real, or about it's stupid to to go against what they're saying about the politics. And I don't even keep up with the lies. But just be true to yourself. If you're true to yourself, your vibration will resonate. People will know. They'll catch on. Don't be fake. Don't be phony. You know what I mean? Really, really just put out your truth. If you put out your truth 100% of the time, all the time, then that's what you're going to get back. Even if what you observe right now is false and is a lie, as long as you keep seeking truth, everything else will shift. And man, it's just I don't understand why conscious community people, the leaders, this quote unquote leaders, the people that are making the videos, the people that have hundreds of thousands of followers and um and have all these viewers and people behind them defending their name. I don't understand why they're not talking about solutions. I guess it's because they want to keep their trends going or some shit. Like they want to keep their name hot. But if you're not providing solutions, then you're just a distraction. You're just another daytime drama. I'm not tuning into a live stream just to watch a bunch of people giggle and share cartoons. I want some real working plans here. I want to come together and share some working ideas. Say, hey, you know what? This community in Haiti did this. Maybe we can model something like that. Hey, these people in Denmark did this. Maybe we can model something after their execution. We need to execute a plan that works, and we need execution. We can't keep on making videos about it. People tell me to drop more videos, but what am I going to do? Just drop videos saying the same thing over and over again? No, I drop a video, go vegan, boom, done. Drop a video about sun gazing, go, do it. Drop a video about filtered water, filter it, done. Drop a video about making your kids go vegan, boom, they're vegan, go. Now it's about solutions. We need solutions. And it's sad to see, but it doesn't seem that like a lot of people really want to give solutions. I see in the chats, I'm seeing in the chats of a lot of these videos, a lot of frivolous conversation, a lot of back and forth, a lot of support, a lot of hate, but I'm not seeing solutions. We know the government's lying to us. What are we going to do about it? Keep on making videos about it? Or stop watching TV? Stop supporting them? Stop putting the money in the banks? Stop doing the things that they want you to do, which is not care. All we have to do is really just care, because, like love will triumph all. All we have to do is start caring again. I mean, really caring. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again, and I'll never stop saying it. Plant-based eaters, vegan people, are the most compassionate people in the plant on the plane. Why is this? Because they care about people, about things outside of their species. When I talk about animals, I said people. I just caught myself there. I just referred to them as people because I truly believe that they're people. I truly believe that they're individuals. One cow wants to walk that way. The other cow wants to walk that way. One has spots that look like this. The other one has spots that look like that. They're individuals. We're all individuals in the eye of the Creator, in the eyes of the All. So how do you it's such hypocrisy in the Black conscious community. I'm gonna make a whole video about it. The hypocrisy in the Black conscious community. The hypocrisy in the flat earth community. People are like, we want truth. People say, we want to stop being oppressed. People say, we want to stop the lies. There's wars going on, atrocities. As they're eating their steak, as they're eating their yogurt or their ice cream. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. And people are so blinded by it. You see, man, what they've done to us is so beyond bewildering. What they've done to us, how far we're actually removed from our sense of humanity and compassion and caring, how far away we are removed from nature itself. It's so sad because it, and this might cause a lot of drama, but I really don't care. I have to say it. If you're a flat earther, or if you're a Pan-Africanist, or if you're someone who just believes that, these insidious, heinous acts and crimes of war and stuff are not necessary and we do not need to be oppressed and lied to, then you know what? If you're not a vegan, if you're not a plant-based eater, then it's really tough to take your word seriously and watch all the viewers drop from like, what? Vegan, plant-based? Oh, that's not me. Drop. It's not an attack. It's not saying that vegans are better people. It's saying that vegans, like flat earthers, have questioned a little bit more. Just questioned a little bit more. When, meat eaters know that it's a dead cow. Vegans know it's a dead cow. But do you know what it does to your body? Do you know the way it was killed? Do you know what happens to the body, the animal's body when it's killed that way? So it's just basically a sense of questioning and really wanting to change. Do you really, are you riding for the flat earth just because you know that the measurements say it's flat and that's what the reality is? Or are you a flat earther that's pissed off that we've been lied to and you want the truth to come out so that we can decide our own fate and decide what we're going to do with our own lives and where we're going to live, where we're going to go? So if you're one of those people like I am, it's very hard to put your word in front of your actions. It's very hard to trust your word when you're eating animals. It's hard to believe that you want peace for all and eating animals, continuing slavery, kidnapping. I don't know where you guys are at tonight because, yeah, I know, Angela. We all could be thriving right now, and it would be great. Thanks, Boss Don, Wavy135. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's late at night, and maybe my energy is low, like Phoenix Barz said. Peace to Phoenix Barz. But Boss Don, thank you so much. Angela, thank you so much. Yeah, it's late, but you know what? As you can see, I got my paints out. I just finished editing a bunch of photos. I'm a real estate photographer. Finished talking to my cousin about business. I got a daughter. I got a family. I got things to do. I'm not someone that live streams all day and is able to make money from home. I can't. I have to get out sometimes. But you know what? My heart says that I need to make a video because day by day it's hurting my heart to see the lies continue, the animals being slaughtered, the wars going on, the bombings continuing, people thinking it's a glow, people working 9 to 5 for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, Angela. We could be living so much better. And you know what? That's really what I need a drink of water. That's really what drove me into conspiracies in the first place, was the fact that I looked at it and I said, wow, this world is so beautiful. There's so many trees and there's so many animals and so many waterfalls and beautiful things to see and so much abundance for the world, you know what I mean? And then I said, wait a minute. If this world is so abundant, if it's so magnificent, what type of evil and in what degree must there also be existing on this plane to suppress all of this glory that this world has to offer. You know what I mean? Uh, Clear cutting forests, digging in the earth for oil, burning diamonds, and slavery. I'm like, wow, I'm like, what is going on here? And that's what really woke me up to the fact that, like, yo, there's something really big going on here, and it's a lot bigger than black versus white, politician versus Republican versus Democrat. There's something a lot bigger going, something much more insidious going. And then you hear about Pizzagate, and then 9/11, and organ harvesting, and this and that, and it's just like it's so much evil, quote unquote, happening. But you know what it is? It's just ignorance and fear. I mean, every day we're given fear. Oh, don't let this run out. Better buy it quick before it runs out. Don't wait too late. Hurry now before it ends. You don't have the time and money to be wasting sitting on the couch. You know what I mean? Does your mop not work? Better get a new mop. Your skin's too dark? Your skin's too hairy? Oh, self-conscious, fear, scarcity, distraction, division. And it's all to keep us not asking one question. And that's just, what is your life worth? What is life worth? Like life experience. You know, what's that bunny's life experience worth? What's that ant's worth? What's yours worth? Is it more? Tell me this. This isn't about veganism. It has to do with animals, but it's not about veganism. But we look at animals, right? And we see that they're eating what they're supposed to eat. You know, the squirrel's eating its nuts and its seeds. The deer's eating the roots and bark and shit. And you see it get an itch and it scratches itself way on the other side of its body. Or it yawns and it stretches, or it jumps and it jumps from tree branch to tree branch to tree branch. And you notice one thing. All animals are at their top physical, like, fitness. Their diet's on point. They're silent. They don't waste their time gossiping and talking and shit. You know, they can't talk. I get that. But what I'm saying is, it's go, wake up, get the nuts, hide the nuts, feed the babies, go back to the babies, do this. And it's never like, well, just gonna just chill here and wonder. And yeah, that is a benefit for us, but we can't use the thing that makes us human, which is reflective thought and wonderment, and use it for the next basketball game. What Kardashian's gonna do next? What Bill Nye is saying. We have to use our wonderment and our sense of self-reflection for great things. And that's why I made this. That's why I'm making these Solutions for a Better World series, because something needs to change, and it really hurts to every day you see the pain. Consumerism, like Angela is saying in the chat, it's consumerism, y'all. It's got us in a zombie-like state. Our ideas are going to what we can buy. Ooh, I wonder what we can buy. I wonder what color will go good with this color. When really it could be like, I wonder what my hands can do in a third world country. I wonder what kind of difference I can make. I'm full of hope and aspiration. My bank's full of money, well, more than theirs. I got ideas. I've been a CEO. I've been a manager before. I've opened up a small business. I've worked in a business before. I know how the chain of command works. I know how to take the money deposit and put it to the bank at the end. I know how to close the tills. Okay, wait a minute. I'm more skilled than half the people in these third world countries. I can make a huge difference. I can employ people that need the money, and I can pay them at a better rate than they're used to, while saving me money because I'm not paying Canadians or first world people, so I can pay less than I'm used to, but more than they're used to, and then I can ensure that they're, by some way of enforcing, I can ensure that they're putting their money to good use and not involved in gangs and crimes, and they're using it to build, and I can turn their mind and their hearts open to investments and business leading and off of religion and into spirituality and looking at history and building a community and building a bank, a community bank, or building a dam. All these things, all these magical things that we can do, but our imagination is instead, "Oh, I wonder what Kardashian's gonna do next week. Oh my gosh, I wonder what Twitter's gonna say. Oh my gosh, I wonder how I look today. Oh man, I wonder if he's into me or not." Come on, there's way more important things at stake than these frivolous things that most people are doing. And I know, once again, I'm preaching to the choir. But what can we do? Well, I'm telling you what you guys can do. In fact, it's what you have to do. And this is what I'm going to say before I get out of here, because like I said, I got a family and I like spending time with them. What we're going to do is we are going to move, okay, away or stay. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a shift in our life. And that shift is going to be this. If you hang around people that are currently brain dead and sleep, don't stop talking until they're woke, until they're woken up. Even if they don't want to be your friend anymore, because that just shows the level that they're working on. But what we're going to do is we're going to influence people. We're going to influence people. We're going to set goals for ourselves, okay? 5 to 10 people a day, maybe. Open your mouth about flat earth. NASA's lying to us. Taxes are unconstitutional. Did you know that third world countries are a lot better places to live? Once we do this, maybe they're gonna spread the seed, and they're gonna plant another seed, and so on and so forth down the line until this whole world is woken up, until we tip the balance and scales in our favor, to the favor of the masses, because we have the most strength, people. We have all the strength. We're the ones that make the wheels spin. And we need to know that. But understand that first world countries, they don't make up the population that third world countries do. You know, like mass third world countries. Whole continents that are just comprised of third and second world places. So what we have to do is we have to wake up those masses, okay? Because it's their blood, sweat, and tears that we get our leather seats from, leather steering wheels from, you know, our iPads and iPhones. You know, these are made in sweatshops. Your Nikes, your Jordans, these are all made in sweatshops. So it's not empowering the people to stay here and consume here and talk to your neighbor. Oh, I had a great conversation. It was lit. I woke him up. Yeah, but did you know that you could start a business or a center, a community center in a third world country where hundreds of people come to on a daily basis, and that can empower themselves and work with you and build their wealth, and then have influence over others to change their lives? And then once they realize that they don't have to support and be at the demand of first world countries, they as nations can lift up, and then we can have true price of diamonds, realistic price of diamonds, realistic price of gold, actual gold backed currency. You know what I mean? The possibilities are endless, but we can't just keep on preaching to the choir, y'all. We need solutions. Tonight was, I guess, kind of a dud, but who knows what's going to happen with this video after it posts. But right now, you know what I mean, there's not a lot of people in the chat. There's not a lot of people watching this. And no, I'm not a big YouTuber. I wouldn't even consider myself a YouTuber. I have YouTube videos, but I have a life to live as well. I have real life people that I have to wake up. I have real life situations that I deal with, and these people on YouTube, very important as well because it's a community. But at the same time, I can't be wasting my time and dedicating all my time to YouTube. So no, you're not going to see 20,000 videos in the next month or two from me because I'm out there putting in groundwork in people's ear. I'm riding the bus, and I have my books out that I'm reading, and I'm talking to people about it. You know what I mean? And I go on trips to third world countries, and I open my mouth about it. I talk about it. You know, I give them websites, authors, YouTubers, documentaries. I give them sense of self-worth, self-pride. I let them know about their history. I let them know about how great they were. I let them know how great they can be and they still are. I let them know about like karma, about the benefits of vegetarian and veganism. I'm always spreading the seed anywhere I go. Anybody that knows me knows that that's what I do. I like to talk about that kind of stuff. Oh, here comes Corey. Here comes, you know, here comes whoever. I'm gonna talk to them about it. Oh, here comes Karina down the street. Here comes David down the street. Here comes who. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Somebody's gonna see me on the bus, say, "There's this guy. He's reading again." Then there's another person on the bus who sees me talking about this book to this person. Then they want to come in. I see them looking. Y'all, people are very nervous. People are very self-conscious. This whole in the phone generation that we have, it's made people very introverted. So I mean, look at us. We're sharing ideas. Sean TV, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for the subscribe. Peace and blessings to you, and I hope everything in your life is on the up and up, and I hope it continues to go that way. But yeah, like I was saying, we as extroverts, I can guess that a lot of people in these chats and that are doing these live streams are extroverts. We are the ones that with voices and charisma and character to get out there and be like, yo, look, y'all, we are better than this. We can do something about this. We can. You can make a change. You know, you can get a little crowd on a bus. Or when I was in Africa, you know, man, I'm different. I'm a different kind of person. When I came back, people could not believe what I was doing and where I was. You know, when I was in Africa, I wouldn't just go into these designated places. No, I would walk to the community, to the hangouts. I would say, you know, where do the locals hang out? So you go, you know, I'm in Africa. I'm in Malawi. I'm sorry. I'm in Malawi, Africa. And I go to the smokers pit, you know, they're smoking the ganja. This is where the Rastas go. It's where the low lives go, the deadbeats go, the people that with no future go. That's how they think about Rastas and pot over there in a lot of those countries. So fuck. I went there and I'm not afraid. I went there and I sat down in there and I listened because that's the first thing we got to do. And then I talked. And the more and more I talked, you know, a lot of people were trying to interject, and I kept my composure and I said, no. You invented spirituality. You know, and spirituality, you know, your people created the concept of it. You know, built them up because they're looking to Jesus. They're looking to like a different nation's Jesus. I don't, you know, have a deity of whatever, but once a deity is forced on you to look like the oppressor, that's when it's for control. So I was just there and I was just saying, yo, like, all the major religions are founded upon religious systems spiritual systems that were founded in Africa, on the continent. And so, you don't have to give away your power away. And I would be there, and I almost got robbed. But I didn't know that I almost got robbed. Like there's a couple, even in Jamaica, I almost got stabbed and juked for all that I have. But I didn't realize it then, because I'm not looking at my fellow human like that. I was, for example, I asked this guy for directions in Jamaica. And before, he had asked me for money quite a few times. and I was living in the village with some rastas. I was just backpacking through the village, and I would always give what I can, and I would always overgive. But it was getting to the last days of my stay, and I didn't know how much money I was gonna have left, so I couldn't really give too much. So this guy, I asked him. I said, "Hey, have you seen where my friend went?" And he took out his knife and he started dangling it in front of me. And he said, yeah, he's over there. He pointed with his knife, like right by my face. And I looked, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And he's like, hey, do you have any money for me? Dangling his knife. And I was like, no, man, like I'm really short. And I just walked away and to see my friend. And then I told my friend that story, and he's like, yeah, man, he was probably wanting to stab you. I was like, oh shit, same thing happened in Malawi. I shook a guy's hand, and he grabbed my hand, and he wouldn't let me go. He said, give me your necklace. Like it was just a wooden necklace with a brass ankh nailed onto wood, hot and glued onto wood. It wasn't even anything, but it was there, and a lot of people liked it, but this guy wanted it. And I looked at him, and in Jamaica and in places like Malawi, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, they'll grab your hand and take you places. India, man will grab man's hand, they'll take you places. Well, he grabbed my hand, and he was looking in my eyes like, give me your chain. And the first time I thought he like, hey man, give me your chain, brother. But after I kind of let go, I was like, no, I'm not giving it to you. I realized what was happening, and I was like, bro, like let go of me. I'm not giving you this. And then of course the locals got involved, and they gave him shit for that, because I came there with heart, and I spoke my truth. And so that was just an example of how we actually can really. Oh, no problem, Sean TV. Yeah. Well, you're saying that you're having a little impact, Sean TV, on waking people up. Well, you know what? It's definitely, there's a knack. There's definitely a groove. There's definitely a method, and you'll perfect it. Don't worry about that. You'll perfect it. You take notice to where people leave you at and what hooks them, and just stay on what hooks people. Like last time, you said, one thing that really got someone was how does a sundial, how does a sundial work on a globe Earth? If the globe is just moving side to side, and the shadows just going like side to side, how is it going to be working on a globe Earth? But it works perfectly on a flat Earth. That is something that when I show someone in a video, they're like, oh shit. So now that you add that to your arsenal. Okay, horizon at the eye level on a plane. Add it to your arsenal. Don't talk about frivolous things. And then with whatever it is, spirituality, Jesus is the Son of God. Halo, comes, goes down for 3 days, then comes back up, resurrects. Hit on the points that really wake people up, that spark something, and stay with those. Never let those go. And yeah, no problem for the shout out, man. It's all love. It's all love here. But so as I was saying, yeah, when we are speaking out loud, like I was doing in Malawi, and I guess my life was on the line in these places, but it's it's never anything to shy away from the truth. Yeah, what I mean, it's never something to keep quiet. When whatever setting I'm in, I'm always gonna talk about. If someone says something that's incorrect, I'm gonna say, "Oh, but did you know that it's actually like not like that? Not pompously, not like a dick, but just to be like, hey, did you know that? What do you think about it? Share ideas. But if we can do this in a place, in a landmass where the people, they don't have much internet access, they don't have much YouTube time. They're out tilling in their garden, they're looking after their cattle. We have all this information. We are obese on information, just like we're obese on food. It's all the same thing. It's all information. We are over consumers, even on information. There's people that live very long, happy lives. Creation, very close to the creation aspect, the all, knowing who they are, what they are, not needing scientific proof or evidence. They just know. And they die happy, and they live long. And while we're over here, we're filling our heads with this and that, KFC and conspiracies and that and stress and that. Hey man, did you hear about this conspiracy? Killing ourselves while we're trying to free ourselves. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's so vital. It's so vital. We got to get out of this belly of the beast, wherever you are. If you're in New Zealand, China, if you're in Russia, if you're in America, England, Scotland, Ireland, if you're in America, Canada, I already said that, then yo, look at yourself. Look at what you have. Look at what you have, really. Family, maybe. Friends, maybe. A good house, maybe a car, TVs, big screens, whatever. Look at the things that you have and look at what they're worth, and see if you can get money from it to fund your trip to get the hell out of here. Because once you're out of the belly of the beast, these first world nations that are all about consume, billboard, magazine, TV, tabloid, song, on the radio, same shit, then you know what? Nothing is ever gonna change. It's like the freaking Hunger Games, where we're watching these people dying, killing each other on screen over resources, and we're just laughing it up. Oh, isn't she a doll? Oh, what a cute couple. And then we just go on with our lives, knowing that there's suffering going on. We can't just continue to live like this. That's why I'm making these streams, for solutions. And I hope that after this video is posted, that a lot of comments are going to be about solutions, and people are going to email me about solutions. And one of the solutions that I've come up with is grow your wealth so that you can have more power and influence in this world. Invest in stock, cannabis stock. Why? Because it's guaranteed. Canada is about to legalize, put it through legislation in 2018. When that happens, 500% gains, 600% gains, industry will be born. So many things are going to happen. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be overnight. You want to get in while it's cheap. That is one way to set your foundation up for future liberation for you, your friends and family, and so on and so forth. Secondly, we need to start walking. We can't start talking. We can't keep talking. We need to start walking. We need to start making plans to leave this bitch. We need to get the fuck out of here. Look, America's soil is arid. It's very hard to grow stuff. America imports everything. They have, I think, one major export, and that's hip-hop music. We need to really look at what our time is worth day to day. Where do you want to be waking up? Don't think that you have to go to Jamaica and live in this huge house on huge acres down the hill to be in paradise. Nah, you can have a nice humble home with a nice plot of land and still wake up happy every single day, eating the coconuts, listening to the toucans, all of that stuff, baby. And it's so nice. It's so bright. People are so happy and friendly. Wake up early, go to bed early, listen to reggae in the hills all throughout the night. It's beautiful. Ganja in the air. Grab a hitchhike home from a trucker. It doesn't matter. It's all gravy. You know what I mean? So there's a higher quality of life. You are the most important thing that you have. Okay, if you have children, then your children are the most important thing that you have, and they deserve a quality of life that is higher than what you know. Because if we're up here and then our children know less and experience less, then their children are going to know and experience less, and then we have what we have now, which is the degradation of humanity. But if we make sure that our children's diet is better than ours, then they'll grow up healthier. Then they'll have better questions to ask. Then they'll have more faith. Then they'll have more energy. They'll have better grades. better communication with nature, so on and so forth, exponentially until more complete human beings are made again. You guys, we're degrading, we're wasting away. It's sad because we here in the first world countries we have so much to give, and people around the world are receiving so little, except our cold shoulder. We have so many things, man. I have friends and ex-friends who have more than 20 shoes, more than 5 jackets, who have more than 5, you know, caps, ball caps. Like I just don't understand why you need so much shit for it. Like that's really feminine. That's really like touching upon that whole mother mater material aspect of your being. Whereas a man, we're built rugged. We're built to endure stress, pain, physically. We're built for that. So what are we doing shopping for new clothes? And yo, homie, let's go shop. Yo, what do you think about this, homie? Oh shit, it looks tough. Yo, get that shit, dog. Yo, man, the G's, they're gonna be blowing up the Instagram, dog. The outfit's lit, yo. Yo, but what about them kicks? They look whack on you. I'm judging you as a man, and as a man, I'm seeing you, and I don't think you're looking sexy, dog. I don't know if you're gonna be getting the bitches tonight, dog. Like, where is our mentality, people? We make thousands of dollars a year and nothing to show for it. Who have you helped? Have you given $2 to some bum on the street, or have you actually taken yourself out of the country and went somewhere, or started an organization that is headed by yourself to ensure change? When have you taken yourself out of the equation? Animals are dying. Their Holocaust is bigger than Africans, Jews, Indians, whatever combined, and it's still going. Okay, let me remove my dollar from the situation. Let me remove myself from the situation to help alleviate some pain. It's not always about you. In fact, all the problems in the world that are started is with that mindset. It's all about me. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to be safe. I'm gonna do a live stream about how death isn't real, and how we really I don't want to say we got to start killing people, because like that's not the way to peace. But for example, back in the day, you come on someone's land, you have the right to kill them if they're threatening you. In America today, any state, you go on someone's property without permission, they have the right to shoot you dead. But why is it that we can let CEOs and investors and politicians come into indigenous neighborhoods and say, hey, we're going to put a pipeline through. Hey, trust me, we're not going to have any spills because we have a new technology of pipelines. Don't worry, we're not going to have any spills. And if we do, we're going to clean it up really quick with the least amount of damage. 1 year, 2 years go by, oil spill, 50,000 gallons, whole ecosystems destroyed. What value is that? What value can you place on that? Can you put a number on that? Billion, trillion, gazillion? I can't put a number on that. So I don't understand why it's so okay for Americans to shoot somebody if someone comes on their land, yet it's not okay for the indigenous to put a couple arrows through people's heads if they come on start talking about that pipeline shit. Seriously, I mean, this isn't usually my demeanor. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm passionate about fucking around with land and people and coming in and just setting policies that people don't even agree to or know about, all for material capitalistic gain in order to further your agendas and move into this country and raise your stock price and all that shit, that to me is unacceptable. It's unhuman, and you have to be put to rest, because you know what? There's no death. So if there's no death, then why why are we hesitating here? Why don't we just recognize that it's just going into a different shape? So, this politician wants to come onto our land and talk us into building a pipeline. Nope. oh, okay, now he was a politician, and now he is in the ether, and he will be coming back. So he didn't die. He's just leaving us shortly until he gets his mind right. Maybe he'll be born into a family who treats him better and gives him more knowledge and with more empathy. And that way, when he incarnates, he'll be a better person. But for now, no, line the arrow up, uh, let it fly. Because you know what? I can't value one man's life over 500 ducks, uh, 3,000 frogs, 20 elk, 5 deer, 4 bears, 25 foxes, 2 million fish. I can't put one man over that, or like 5, or like a company. I can't put that over that. If you ask me, the animals that were in that original slot are more important than that whole company of people. And if you ask me, if you came to my land and you said pipeline or nature, uh, 200 humans dead or 50 million different types of species in this ecosystem dead, it would be the humans. Bye bye every time. Why? Because they have the knowledge, they have the know-how, and they are ignorant, and they are ignoring empathy, they are ignoring compassion, and they are going against nature. And people could say, oh, masterpiece, this doesn't sound like masterpiece, but really it is, y'all. Like, I'm not saying that war creates peace, but I am saying that preventing a problem before it happens is the best way to go. Hey, I'm a holistic practitioner, naturopathy. So when it comes to preventative medicine, that's what I'm all about. So let's prevent these atrocities from happening. Don't wait until the pipeline bursts in order to do something about it. Don't wait until NASA said, oh, we fucked up and the Earth is looking like it's beginning to flatten out, and over the next million years, it will be flat. Don't wait for these things to be given to you. Go and do it. Don't wait for your liberation. Make it happen. Don't talk about it. Walk about it. If you're an indigenous native tribe, and right now, and you're listening to me, and a politician comes talking that smack about pipelines and profits and gains and everything like that, go get your bow and arrow, go get your crossbow, and show them what's good. Because a lot of people, a lot of scumbags and dirtbags will probably try to take this down and flag this and all this shit because of what I just said. But I don't care, because what I just said was right. What I just said was more compassionate. I'm talking about animal species that can't even talk, that have no clue what the fuck we're doing. I'm talking about trees that take decades to grow. I'm talking about ecosystems that take hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years to develop. Fungi under the ground acting as a nervous sensory for the earth. That whole microbial network lost due to a couple $1 million of profit for a generation or 2 or 3. It's if you ask me, the more peaceful thing to do, if death is involved, okay, you open up an oil plant, someone's gonna die, something's gonna die, something is going to go extinct. You open up or you prevent that oil plant from being opened up by taking out some lives. Well, I would say prevent it by taking out the human lives that want to commit those acts of going into the ground and putting such a potentially harmful thing into the ground and taking it out of the ground. Going in there, drilling, destabilizing the whole network, and then taking up stuff and then leaking it all over in the oceans and shit. And then nobody has responsibility. Nobody takes responsibility. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody's penalized. It's just another oil spill, right? Well, here's a solution. Since that this is solutions, how about we start headhunting motherfuckers so that they don't have the opportunity to do that anymore? I mean, next time you're at your town convention and these foreigners from another land that don't understand what's going to happen to this community once the oil spill happens, once they come and they try to convince you guys and brainwash you to drink the Kool-Aid and sign off on the pipeline, watch him after the meeting, go to his car, get in his car, follow him somewhere, see where he gets out, boom, and put his lights out. Because, or put some fear into him that won't be able to let him do that. Because this isn't hate or malice in my heart. This is compassion speaking at its best. This is saying, no, I'm not going to let you do this. I would rather die or kill you before you do this to all these innocent beings. And that is the mindset that you need in order to have solutions in this world for a better world. You need to have the guts to put other lives over yours. You need to have the guts to be willing to die for something. You need to have the guts to be willing to take a life for something. Okay? You know, we talk about the natives and how spiritually connected to the earth they were. Yeah, but they would also talk about the times where, you know, they've killed a man or two, but he needed to because da-da-da-da-da. Killing, there's no real death. And then, you know, the people, oh, but 22 people died at the bombing, and it was so sad. And this one of the girls were 8 years old. Yeah, no shit, that's sad that a bomb is going off, and nobody's asking if it was the government that did it, and nobody's asking that lives are being lost day in and day out to these heinous crimes. But you know what's even worse? Running up into a hospital of a bunch of, or running up into like a sensory deprived school, like a school full of children full of mutes that can't speak, that do sign language, and going in there and saying, hey, everybody, if you don't raise both your hands up right now, you're all gonna die. They're all saying, what if none of you guys speak right now, then you're gonna die. We're all deaf and mute. We don't know what the hell is going. That's what's happening with animals. That's what's happening with the environment. Confusion, death, destruction. So it's not like aggressive of me to be like, yo, we need to start like taking people out that are going against nature. This is compassion talking. This is compassion at its finest talking. This is saying, I choose life over something that's alive that causes death and pain for their own personal gain. It really pisses me off when I think about it, man. There is no death. There is no death. And all these, you know, all these spiritual, all these teachers of the past, I'm not knocking them, but it's kind of where they fell short, is not making that connection. Like, yo, there's no real such thing as death. Like, you were a spirit before this. Like, you came into this world knowing of beauty and balance and what's equal and what's not equal. There's things that you had preconceived before you were taught it. Meaning you had a preconceived notion. There was some idea of you. There was a figure of you that existed before this material body, meaning that when this material body ends or it lays deceased, you will still exist. Okay, you chop the tree down, but its pollen and its fruit already spread, so it's still alive. So we can't really be too like feel sad about taking people's lives, because it's not really taking their life away, it's just transmuting it. It's like, yo, you are potentially like, yo, excuse me, you're potentially about to kill 50,000 different types of species in this ecosystem. So I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm gonna have to change your energy into something else. What do you mean? Well, you're a man right now, you're a politician, you're a male, war driven like most men are. You're a male and you're 50 years old and you're coming here talking about a pipeline, lying to the people, lying, and you are definitely going to kill thousands of species once your pipeline breaks. So since you're a liar, and I know you're going to kill a bunch of things, I'm just going to kill you first. That is a way to stop an atrocity before it happens. And then if they send out another representative, like, hey, we got to send out Jeremy. Bill went out there and tried to convince these Inuits about a pipeline, and he got an arrow through his head. Bill, you go out there. Bill goes out, gets in it, comes back with 2 arrows in his heart and a note on his chest saying, try it again. Then the body shows up, the DA office. People are like going crazy. Well, how are we going to get this pipeline in there? Maybe they'll send their best top agent, whatever. Then you kill him. You transmute their energy off into the ether. They'll get the message. You know, these people in Standing Rock, all over the world, these things are happening. But you see a bunch of crowds getting all mad and angry against these cops that are all protected and suited up like bitches with their guns and just standing there or aiming it at the people. And we're just standing there yelling, let us in, stop drilling. And it's like, well, these people have to sleep too. So we're all the gangsters and we're all the thugs. We're all the compassionate people. We're all the people that are pro-life to come together and be like, yo, I never thought that the day would come where I had to take a life or transmute a life. But we're going to have to kill somebody, y'all. And it's not going to be a war. And we don't want to do it. And in fact, we wish that they would just leave us alone in peace. Unfortunately, they want to build a pipeline from east to west. And we can't allow that to happen. So instead of that happening, we need to build a hit team and take them out. Follow them home from work, take them out. Do whatever we got to do to protect this place, because the animals can't do it. The people have been trying to do it with words, with petitioning, with writing to our government, but it's just not going to work. So we really do got to we really have to start talking, start walking. We can't keep talking. You're not going to see me on these live streams forever. I'm going to get to the chat right now because I see you guys are chatting. It's picking up. I know that there's other live streams happening. I always pick the wrong times to do these, but yo, I can't. I'm not this trickster guy. I have a family. I have things to do. When I have YouTube, I get YouTube time. I'm not here for the fame, not for the glory. I don't want to be a huge leader. I just want to provide solutions so that we can get free from this fucking oppression. Yo, what's up, Brandon? No, it's not open. I'm just about to close this down. I've been going for like 2 hours now. Angela's. Yeah, Angela's dropping facts. Derek Lewis is dropping facts. What's going on, Brandon? That same dude. We won't see our freedom for this system. We won't see our freedom for this system, but all we need to do is learn how to grow our own food, be self-sufficient, get a gun for protection from the government, and pass knowledge to our children. And also, might I expand, the same dude, might I expand on that is, yeah, grow your own food, be self-sufficient, have your own water line going in the sun, creating you solar energy and all that stuff. But do you really want to do that in America? Think about it. Every square mile of America is already accounted for. Everything has already been taken into consideration. There's a value on it already. There's cameras everywhere. There's just police networks and all this, the tracking bullshit, phones and credit cards, passports. There's so much shit here in America that you don't really want to be growing your own food here in America. You don't really want to be doing these things here because there's so many different places in the world that people can. For example, think about where you want to retire. Everybody, right now, say if I could retire, where would it be? For me, it would be Jamaica. So instead of waiting for retirement to come, make your retirement happen. Don't wait until you're 50 to enjoy the sun. Go there now, because guess what? You're gonna struggle. You're 25 years old. You're gonna struggle in life. Do a lot of shit to pay for, a lot to learn. Why not learn those in Jamaica? Why not learn that in Trinidad? Why not learn that in Sri Lanka? Why not learn that in Kenya? Why not learn that in Malawi, Mozambique, Ecuador, El Salvador? Why do we have to learn that in a place that's so artificial, where the soil is shit, where the radiation is everywhere, where people are so materialistic, where all they care about is the Kardashians and their next Instagram post, and where they take a picture of their food before they eat it, and they say eating healthy, and it's a steak with fried asparagus. What? This is a fake manufactured paradigm that we're living in. And so, yeah, be self-sufficient, grow your own food, but in the meantime, you got to remember that day to day, you're going to be dealing with stresses that you will be dealing with no matter where you are. So you might as well be in a place where the sun is always out, the music, the drums, you got the drums going in the street, people are nice, beautiful, got the tan skin, vitamin D giving you the energy, inspiration, new ideas, community. When I was in Jamaica, it's funny, man. People know whose goats people are. And if that sounds weird, let me say it again. People know whose goats they belong to. Like, you'll be walking by, there's a random goat. Oh shit, is that a random goat? No, that's Maurice's up the street. Oh shit. There's a lot more community. Oh, you left your wallet here. Like, oh shit, how'd you know it's mine? There's a lot more sense of awareness. This person is here. He's sharing our community space. We have to get to know him. Here in Canada, I don't even know my freaking neighbors as well as I should. So that's all I would say. Angela, you going to bed? Yeah. It's bedtime for me too, y'all. Look at my eyes, man. I got a young one. I got a day off tomorrow, so I'm just gonna be painting. Maybe I'll open up a stream and I'll paint, and you guys can tell me what you want me to paint, and I'll just paint it. Be like, yo, paint a wolf, and then I'll just talk liberation, and be like, yo, we gotta free ourselves, and I'll paint a wolf, and that'll be done. And maybe you want me to mail it to you, and then next time, somebody can say, yo, paint a picture of the stars and Silver Surfer surfing through it. And then I'll just sit there and I'll talk with you guys, and I'll start painting Silver Surfer, maybe with Galactica in the background or some shit. And I'll give it to whoever requested it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do it like that too. But right now it's getting late at night, and you want what I'm smoking? Yeah. Yeah, man, it's time to go hit the sack and get out of here. So Angela, Brandon, Bo Jackson, Sean TV, the same dude, Derek Lewis. I think I already said that. No, maybe not. Chris Johnston. Everybody who Malcolm Xavier, Boss Don, Rye Trilla, I am Phoenix Barz, all of y'all. Sorry that this could have been more. The energy could have been up, but at the same time, Brother Sanchez is doing his thing. And it's late for me. I'm tired, so this is just something in the background. That little peaceful tone saying, "Hey, eat to live. Be aware of what's happening in your own mind. Whatever thought that comes through your mind, ask yourself, do I want to be thinking about this? Is this a thought? Is this a song that I really want to be thinking about? Is this a topic I really want to think about? Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to people. Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to the air you're breathing. All of these things, once it's done, you're going to realize that you will not want to be in a first world country anymore. You will want to go where your money stretches out so you can have something decent for yourself, start your life, getting that good seawater off the coast, or maybe that good high vibrational sun, or those coconuts, whatever, and really start living. Because the number one goal is experience. Like I started this off, self-experience. What are you here to experience? What are you going to experience? Is this a plane of pain, or is this a plane of peace and beauty? Let's make it one of peace and beauty. Cause and effect. Hey, what's up, man? You're coming in late. I was just signing off. I'm about to post this. And you know what? Next few live streams, you guys definitely want to be there for, okay? Because it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna go into stuff that that I was reminded of today, and I'm gonna really get deep. And we are gonna talk about some shit that no other YouTubers are talking about right now, and we're gonna see liberation happen in our lifetime. I can guarantee you that, guys. We just have to keep on this mindset: peace, power, protection to all of you. Eat to live, think to live, take care of your loved ones, take care of each other. And I just really want to see all of you guys do well. Put your money into cannabis stocks. Get your money into cannabis stocks. Email me. I'll put my money in. I'll put my email in right now, masterpiece9@gmail.com. Email me about stock information. I'm not a crazy stock knower guy. You know, I'm not a day trader. But I do know this. Canada, the whole country, is legalizing marijuana. That's billions of dollars. Do you want to get a piece of the pie, or don't you? Okay. I love you guys. I love you all. Holler at me. Keep an eye out for my next live stream. It's gonna be lit. Like I said, like and subscribe. Please like and please subscribe right down below, and so that this message can be brought to everybody. Because this is not WWE. This is not me versus you. This is not this person versus that person. I'm not name calling. This is just straight information. I don't agree with some people, what they're doing in the conscious community. Like Brother Polite, I'm not throwing shots. I just simply do not agree, man to man. I don't like how he took people's money and used it for his own family's benefit. Maybe you should have calmed it down on the wives. Maybe you shouldn't have had so many wives. Because as a male, you're supposed to provide for a woman. And if you are having way too much woman to provide for and not a big enough income, well, yeah, I can see how your mind would go to scamming your own people, calling us animals and shit, moving away and shit, because you're afraid. Because once you get that money, you know, now you got something to lose, and now you're not moving as reckless as you could be. Now you're not as badass as you could be. You're softened up a bit because you got something to lose. You got little daughters and you got wives and shit like that. So you got to calm it down, and you still got to sustain them, but you can't go hard and bang in the streets like you used to. And you got way too much woman in your life to handle. Then so what are you gonna do? Well, I guess for you, instead of being true to this shit, you just decided to scam. What you could have done, brother, and what you still can do, I don't know how, but there's still people that like you and follow you. But Brother Play, if you listen to this, what I would do if I was you is I would get everything that I still have that's yours, monetarily speaking, and I would take that and I would really do something really good with it. Not nothing corny. I mean, go to third world countries with your cameras and all your celebrity shit and all your wives, and go drop some. I don't even want you to teach knowledge because you're a fucking snake. But what I would like for you to do is I would like you to share your wealth, give your money back to the people, give your money back to people that really need it, build some roads, create jobs, create industry. You know what I'm saying? Get these 80-year-old grandmothers off the street, pay for them so that they're all good. You know what I'm saying? Go to Malawi and randomly pick 80, 70-year-old ladies, 80, number 80, 70-year-olds. Go to Malawi, go to Zimbabwe, go to Mozambique, whatever. Choose 80 women that happen to be above 60, 70 years old, and make sure that they never have to go work another day in their life at the market unless they want to. Go raise up some kids that aren't your own. You know, go start an orphanage. Go visit orphanages and give your money and do regular routine checkups and make sure that your money is being distributed evenly. You really fucked up, bro. You really, really fucked up. You let a lot of people down. You let me down. I used to promote you heavy. You let me down big time. So now because of you, people have a hard time trusting people. So if you're a piece of shit like Polite, then yeah, stay here and rot. But if you are like me, you don't ask for money, and I guess I should be, because like if I was able to get as much crowdfunding as Polite or like Dr. Umar Johnson got, you would have already been seeing difference. There's no way that me, a freaking starving artist, traveling artist, that owns maybe 2 pairs of shoes at any given time, you'll never see me caring about fucking cars and Bentleys and shit. I used to drive an 89 Golf, no power steering, 1 side mirror. Like I could give a fuck, and I'd still pull bitches. What? So don't, you know? So wealth doesn't matter to me about being flashy and shit. How can you have fun when all your boys aren't having fun? So when you take that analogy to the nations, how can you as an individual enjoy your liberations and freedoms and your monies without everybody else having a little piece of the pie too? So for example, say I was to start up a GoFundMe for liberation and for the people. Like say I started up a GoFundMe where everybody that donates is going to like an orphanage that I started up, or like something that's benevolent acts. What if I started up an organization called Benevolent Acts, and I got $2 million? Do you think that would stay at that bank statement for long? $2 million balance? No, that shit would be in and out so quick. I know exactly where I would go with that, and what I would do, and who I would help with that. Tom Phillips, I think he's clowning me right now, saying Polite is a wonderful person. Holy shit, bro! I think you're joking, man, and that makes me laugh inside, because holy shit, it's like, man, I don't have what it takes to scam people like him. I don't have that in me. All I have is my truth. All I have is my sincerity. So there's no way that a true, sincere person can raise that much money, because I feel awkward saying here, yo, go support me, y'all. Like I work, I paint, I edit photos, I make videos, I do all this stuff for money. I'm on the grind daily, so I don't want anybody else's money. Like I'm my own man. I'm a Leo. I have pride, right? I'm not saying that it's shameful to take people's money, but I never thought about asking for it. But all I know is that if I had some sort of like thing where it was like, yo, go donate for like the better of humanity, you would never see me dip off to fucking Hollywood buying Benzes and giving my daughters these cars and all this shit. Yeah, I do need a good laugh. Thank you for that, Tom Phillips. Polite is a wonderful person. You know it was so funny when he came back on the scene with the whole the Eye of Heru, and with his bodyguards. Like he needs bodyguards, and you know, and his bulletproof vest, like on the outside, like you're wearing your bulletproof vest on the outside, like your POC or some shit now, and then back with your like your Muslim Brotherhood. You know, it's so funny to try to see how desperate he was to try to come back on, to try to keep his pockets going. Thanks for that, Tom. You're really cheering me up right now. Yeah, man, that was really hilarious to see. What's up, HSP gang? Masterpiece. That's what it is. How you doing tonight? I hope you're well. I don't usually like to go in on people. I never do, but I was just talking about Polite. But it wasn't about Polite. It was just about people that, like, in the communities, Asian, white, black, whatever, there's scammers everywhere, and we are constantly giving our money away to these scammers. And what really sucks so much about it is that you have good people like me who are too timid and too shy to ask you guys for donations and money. Now I have this convenience store, like, we want to call it hip hop convenience, me and my cousin, and we are looking for donations for that. But I don't even really promote that unless I'm talking about the convenience store, because I want a place for the youth to come kick it, to learn about past events so that they don't repeat it. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, like, if I was a person going hard raising money like Umar or Polite, oh my God, the amount of change that would be made almost overnight would be drastic, like in people's everyday lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what it takes to monetarily set someone free. It's all about residual income. Do something once, get paid forever on it. You know, you make one painting, me as an artist, make, yes, I bun trees. Um, make make one painting as an artist and then print them. You know, that's residual income. That's one painting that's paying you for the rest of your life. Stocks, services, you know what I mean? Gas, energy, all that kind of stuff. Man, it's getting late. And basically the point of this is that we need solutions. We can't stop looking to other people, especially scammers like with the likes of Brother Polite and others. We have to really look towards the self and to our own family, and we have to take ourselves out of this equation, out of the system, out of the matrix, and we have to move away. We have to be the light beacons for the places where it is scarce of light, of information, of YouTube and of the internet in general, books, of freedom of speech. We have to go there. We are the special ones. We are the chosen few that really need to carry on this light and the torch so that we can awaken others. And it's not going to happen with us just staying behind our computers every day, typing, putting on a live stream, saying, "Yo, guys, did you see the bombing in Manchester? Oh shit! Did you see the new movie Part 3? Oh, it's crazy." No, we have to get up on the computer and be like, "Yo, this is what I'm doing. I'm dipping out. Follow if you're with me." Create a network of all these people that are doing the same thing, branching out. Because like I said earlier in the video, if this is blue, first world country, and this is red, third world country, it take many blues to go over here and start changing the color, start changing the economy, start changing the reality, the life quality of these places. Spread the wealth, fairness, unity, freedom for all. All right, yo. So I'm taking off. HSP gang, Cause and Effect, Tom Phillips, everybody else who I named before I bossed on. Everybody out there, please email me, masterpiece9@gmail.com. Please please subscribe. My next few videos are going to be insane. I got some good stuff happening with Brother Sanchez in the near future that's going to be off the charts, and it's really going to change the whole paradigm of what we're doing here. We're gonna really change about we're really gonna change the face of what it is to be live streaming and how important it is to do what we're doing. So I love you guys, man. I really do. I wouldn't even be doing this if you guys weren't here to watch. So it's Masterpiece. One love, eat to live, peace, power, and protection, and good night. Hope people wake up, man. We need freedom. This whole world needs freedom, man.